Coming up on Torrance today, get a tour of the temporary housing village at Civic Center Drive. If you missed it today, there will be more opportunities for you to drop by. Go to college for free. We have the details on how you can apply. And the South Bay Festival of the Arts returns to the Torrance Civic Center. We'll show you some highlights. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, June 28th. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. A series of community engagement events began today, giving community members the opportunity to learn about the temporary housing village that is set to open next month here at the Torrance Civic Center. I dropped by earlier today and checked out the rooms and the facilities. Our city staff spent a lot of time making this just right for the new residents who will be moving in soon. In June of 2021, the Torrance City Council approved a temporary housing program for people experiencing homelessness in Torrance for a pilot period of 12 months. The program is called 3290 Temporary Housing Village at Civic Center Drive. The program provides people experiencing homelessness with housing stability in the form of a tiny home, a 64-square-foot living unit. The village will have 40 individual living units as well as shared restrooms and showers. People at the village will be provided with 3 meals a day. The goal of this program is to provide people with a secure space for a temporary period of time while they move towards permanent housing. Permanent housing can include options such as being reunified with family members or attaining subsidized housing. To support people moving towards permanent housing options, Harbor Interface Services, a longtime provider of services for people experiencing homelessness, will be the operator of the site. A professionally trained staff will develop a housing plan for each person at the village and provide the support necessary for each person to successfully move towards permanent housing. Support services may include anything from helping someone attain proper identification, such as a birth certificate or a California identification, to medical services and life skills training. Torrance's outreach team has been working actively to identify people experiencing homelessness right here in Torrance to be part of the program. To learn more, drop by tomorrow, June 29th from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursday, June 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Harbor Interface Services and city staff will be available to answer questions about the program. The community engagement events will take place at 3290 Civic Center Drive, and parking will be readily available in the Cultural Arts Center parking lot. For questions, you can contact the city manager's office at 310-618-5880. A ribbon cutting ceremony will also take place tomorrow at noon, just before the open house. The South Bay Festival of the Arts returned to the Torrance Civic Center over the weekend. The festival featured lots of live music and other performances on 3 separate stages. Visitors also took part in art workshops, craft fairs, and enjoyed some delicious food options as well. The South Bay Festival of the Arts is put on by the Torrance Cultural Arts Foundation. The group's mission is to enrich the lives of Torrance residents as well as those who live in the surrounding communities through performing arts. Organizers say by presenting relevant, accessible, and quality performances of all genres, they're able to bridge cultural divides, inspire the youth, support economic development, and begin conversations relevant to the human conditions. Well, school is out for the summer, but that doesn't mean kids should stop challenging themselves. The Torrance Libraries present their annual summer reading program for bookworms of all ages. Participants who read for 16 hours, complete 16 library and/or literacy-related activities, or do a combination of both can earn a certificate of completion and win a special prize. To join, go to any Torrance Library branch and pick up a tracking sheet. You can also register online. And if you're looking for a different way to think, pick up a new activity kit starting this week. Weaving Wonder helps you to weave a colorful basket that you can keep throughout the summer and beyond. For more information on these and other events, visit library.torranceca.gov. Student debt has been a growing concern for many Americans, especially during the pandemic, and El Camino College is doing what it can to help its students. ECC recently announced that they are waiving tuition fees for all students for the 2022 fall semester. The college will also erase any tuition debt students incurred during the pandemic. The tuition relief program is funded by the Federal Higher Education Emergency Relief Fund. The fund was a part of the $2.2 trillion CARES Act passed by Congress in March of 2020. ECC spokesperson Carrie Webb says every enrolled student is eligible for the tuition relief program. For more information, go to elcamino.edu. The Attic Teen Center is open through the summer for high school students. It's a place where 14 to 18-year-olds who live in Torrance or go to school here can simply drop in and take a break from their everyday routines. They have a lot of fun activities like dodgeball, ice cream parties, and even a pool tournament. The Attic is a direct reflection of students' input, where the programs are organized and implemented by the students with adult supervision. The teens even plan and participate in special events, classes, volunteer opportunities, and much more. The center is open throughout the summer, Mondays through Fridays from 1 to 4 p.m. For more information on the Attic, visit torranceca.gov/theattic. The Torrance City Council meets tonight to conduct city business. A resolution will be read honoring Fire Chief Martin Cerna upon his retirement from the City of Torrance after 29 years of service. Students participating in the Sister City Student Cultural Exchange Program in Kashiwa, Japan will be introduced. The Water Commission and the Public Works Director will recommend that Council adopt a resolution authorizing activation of Level 1 of the city's Water Conservation and Water Supply Shortage and Sustainability Ordinance, and the meeting will be adjourned in honor of Sister City champion Miko Henson. While the council chambers are closed to the public in the interest of maintaining appropriate social distancing and helping to reduce the risk of spreading COVID-19, the public can participate before the meeting tonight by emailing council meeting public comment at torranceca.gov or by calling in during the meeting. You can also watch the meeting live on our website, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, right here on Torrance City Cable starting at 6:30 p.m. It's starting to feel a lot like summer. Temperatures are expected to stay high in Southern California, but thankfully cool off later in the week. The heat can bring a series of safety concerns, so here are some tips to remember. Stay hydrated and drink plenty of water. Wear light, loose-fitting clothing instead of dark ones that absorb more heat. Limit your time outside in the heat after 10 a.m. Never leave people or pets alone in a parked car, and visit the splash pad at Wilson Park. It's open daily from 10 a.m. to dusk and is the perfect spot to cool off. Retailers such as Target and Walmart are considering letting customers keep their unwanted items instead of returning them while issuing the refunds. It's because major store chains are reporting that they have too much inventory and it's actually costing them more money to store it themselves. Some experts believe it is a smart strategy since it costs retailers more to take a return, store it, and try to resell it. This isn't a new practice. Amazon started it several years ago. The possibility of the keep it policies do have downsides though, including putting retailers in a position to become victims of fraud. There has been no confirmation so far that these policies will go into effect, but it is something shoppers could keep an eye on in the coming weeks. Pfizer recently announced the tweaking of its COVID-19 vaccine to better protect against the Omicron variant. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is considering recipe changes for the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines in hopes they will better protect the population against another COVID-19 surge, especially come this winter and fall. Pfizer and partner BioNTech studied different ways to update their shots, focusing on the Omicron variant, making a combination booster, and looking into possibly doubling its dosage. In a study of 1,200 middle-aged and older adults, Pfizer says both booster approaches had a substantial rise in Omicron-fighting antibodies. The FDA's scientific advisors are publicly debating the data today as they decide on whether to recommend a change to vaccine recipes in other countries. Well, still ahead, a famous chef is bringing world-class barbecue dishes to a brewery in Torrance. We'll have more when we come back in 60 seconds.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes, walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Well, today is Tasty Tuesday, and here is an exciting pop-up experience that is available during the summer. Strand Brewing is hosting Chef Adam Perry Lang's APL Barbecue for 3 months, bringing delicious dishes to our city. APL's summer residency at the local brewery offers a variety of barbecue dishes, including ribs, fried chicken, smoked brisket, and more. APL kicked off the grand opening of its pop-up earlier this month and will be at Strand Brewing from Wednesday to Sunday through August. It's located at 2201 Dominguez Street. Lang spent his career working from fine dining restaurants to East Coast smoked meat joints. He's a member of the Barbecue Hall of Fame and first garnered attention in LA for his backlot barbecue setups. He had a steak restaurant in Hollywood called APL that closed earlier in January after 4 years. He says the ongoing challenges with the pandemic forced him to make that difficult decision. He hopes more people will visit him and taste his food in Torrance during the summer months. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.